this international bout between Smith and Call over 6 rounds, and two young up-and-coming fighters, both looking for good performances. Your man at ringside, as is normally the case, Brett Taylor.
That's right, Arnie. Smith is one of the rising stars in the South African heavyweight division, and of course being the son of former world title contender Carousel Smith. So I'm sure he's got a great future ahead of him, and he's improved leaps and bounds since joining Alan Tawil.
Almost no difference in weight between the two men. Smith weighing in at 89.60 kilograms, and Call coming in at 89.30, so virtually nothing in it.
Smith is tremendously quick for a heavyweight, and you'll notice how he's been cutting off the ring quite nicely. Not much that we know about Call, but one must remember that British fighters are exposed to international competition from a very young age, and in the amateur days they're fighting all over the world. So his record might not be that impressive, but he's obviously been around a bit.
Man, he gets himself out of trouble very, very nicely and very quickly too. And even though Smith cuts down the ring, well, Call doesn't. There's a very good example. Ties his man up very quickly and doesn't let the big ones go.
Strange to see Call fighting with his left hand so low. As Peter Smith has got a very powerful right hand, you'd think his corner will tell him to keep that hand up. Smith just probing with the left jab and throws a combination there.
So far, very little work for referee Bukwana. Smith does remind with that left of his dad in the old days. Remember, Dad Kwesi challenged for the light heavyweight title against the great Victor Galindeth, and that left certainly is reminiscent of the old man, so to speak.
And we've got Peter Smith pressing ahead. Call trying to counter-punch, making Smith miss and countering with his own blows. Not much action this first round. I think the boys are just feeling each other out.
Just wanting to know who does what best where.
Nice right and left hook coming from Call there.
He disguises very nicely.
He certainly does. A nice left hook coming to the body of Smith. Another left hook. I think Peter's going to have his work cut out from here.
The impressive thing about Call is he's fighting on the back foot. He's always on the retreat, yet steps in with beautiful combinations such as that left there, trying to load up the right. Couldn't quite unload it. Very even round after the opening stanza.
And there we see Smith pressing ahead with a double jab and Call countering with his own left hook.
5 rounds left in this encounter, but with the way that Smith came out here, well, it's just possible that it may not quite go the distance.
That's right, Arnie. You never know what to expect with Smith. He's been very impressive late, and that body shot will certainly take his toll later on in the fight.
Fine uppercut by Call. So far, none of these two big men really hurting each other. Perhaps Smith just shading his man for power.
You know, it's a long time since we last had such an exciting heavyweight like Smith. And if brought along carefully, I'm sure he'll go a long way.
Fine straight shot right into the...
And Call turns him around. Now, Call is a very elusive fighter, and I can see it's quite difficult for Smith to get in with his blows. But he's pressing on. Nice body blow coming from Call.
Again, steps back and then comes back through. Very, very elusive target indeed.
Nice combination from Smith with Call with his back to the ropes. It appears if Call's already tiring, on he?
Indeed, that mouth is wide open already. Perhaps the high-felt air at the Carousel just a bit too much for the man who probably spent almost all his life at sea level. And blood coming from the left eye of Smith. It's not like a very big cut, but cuts in that area, as you well know, Brett Taylor, really do look terrible.
That's right, Oni. And again, Smith's got call in the corner. He's battling to land with those clean shots. But he's on the attack again. I must say, Smith is very well conditioned for a heavyweight.
Not an ounce of fat on him. He looks in fine shape, and he's still a young man. There's no doubt that he will set out even more, but doesn't get those punches going in the right direction. Fine shot by Call coming through.
I think it's probably due to his lack of experience. He only started fighting pretty late in life, and he's proven to be a quick learner. But Call is on the attack, throwing punches from all angles.
That action there just about summing up the whole Albert Call story. He looks like he's in trouble, and the next moment, almost Sugar Ray Leonard style, comes out fighting and throws some really good blows. But Smith is a man who's not easily fooled either.
Smith showing good defense there, blocking off both blows thrown by Call. And Call happy to clinch.
Oh, well, that's a nasty one, and he really had his man in trouble after the bell, unloaded well after the bell, and Call taking a serious blow. Nonetheless, all is forgiven in love and war, and this certainly is the latter part of that statement.
And there we see some slow-mo with Smith penetrating with his left jab.
Just climbing out of the ring on the right-hand side, the always trustworthy, fine trainer, Alan Tawil, man in Peter Smith's corner. And action again, straight from the word go in round 3.
Oni, you'll notice Smith has got an extremely high work rate for a heavyweight, but unfortunately I think it's just a lack of experience probably at this stage of his career that he's not landing with as many of those blows as he should be.
And good fortune for Call too, because if there is a massive punch, and he virtually really walked into that one. Yet one must give Call his due. He's a hard man. He took that without a flinch.
The stage of the fight, both of Call's hands down by his waist.
Looking a tired, worn man. No doubt the altitude got him. Still as elusive as in the first round, though. He may look tired, but don't take anything for granted with this man. There it is again. Stepping back and then stepping straight back into blows aimed at Smith's head.
You'll notice the British boys that come out here all come to fight. Seldom do you see a poor fight when a British boy's involved.
And Call also relatively young as far as a pro is concerned. He's only had 3 fights, won all 3 of them.
Both boys exchanging blows. Peter Smith with the blood coming out of his left eye there.
At the end of that second round, Alan Tawil did a fine job to stem the flood, but now Smith is on the attack, and he hurt his man there, buckled the legs just a touching.
It was a great right, and he followed up with another one to the body. He switches attack magnificently, does Smith.
One perhaps gets the idea now, Brett, though, that if he worked the body just a little bit more, maybe the head would come by itself, though.
I have to agree with you there, Oni. As they say, you kill the body and the head goes to sleep.
Again, though, Call so elusive and so difficult to hit. Steps back in, steps back out, and makes the range very difficult. And I think that's perhaps where Peter just had a few problems, in the fact that he couldn't quite find the range, and Call an awkward customer, to say the least.
Well, what a game fight. After taking those blows, and Call comes straight back.
That eye bleeding profusely, and of course that makes it difficult for a fighter to line up, particularly in Smith's case, who fights behind that left, keeps it so high. Not easy for him to see, and tries to wipe the blood out. Well, there we go. The ringside doctor being asked to have a look at that cut on the eyelid, high up on the eyelid of Smith. He gets the okay from the ringside boxer. Referee Bakwana says, on you go. And Cole will now be wanting to work on that iron. That's exactly what he does.
That's right, but Smith immediately on the attack. I think Smith is getting a bit frustrated at the style of Cole. The way he backs off and comes straight back in.
Well, frustration is the last thing that a boxer can allow to happen. Slow-mo of action in that round, and that beautiful right that he unloaded had everything behind it. Yet, Cole took it, stepped back, waited for the effect to wear off, and he was able to carry on.
And there we see a right of McCall's coming through and a left hook. This is great learning experience for Peter Smith.
It's all mileage in the bank, years and years of experience, and eventually, who knows, maybe a world title shot.
Well, you notice again Smith on the attack.
Would be a difficult call for the judges at this point in time, but the aggressor, certainly Smith, who keeps his man on the retreat, dominates the middle of the ring, and he is the one dictating the pace of the fight.
He's got a beautiful jab, does Smith. He opens up his way so nicely, but as we said earlier, Cole is a very elusive customer.
Cole now on the right-hand side with the all-white trunks, and Smith fighting with the white trunks and the red stripe.
Nice double jab coming from Smith.
He's a man who's very light on his feet for a boy of his weight.
Most certainly is, and I mean, he's still pretty light for a heavyweight, so I'm sure he's got a lot of grain to do, and I'm sure he's going to be a force to be reckoned with in the future. Slips that punch nicely, does Smith.
Notice again that magician Alan Tawil waved the magic wand over that left eyebrow, and not a touch of blood coming out of there. It's almost like he put stitches in there during the round. It is closed as anything, and no more trouble for Smith, but Cole would want to work on it. Oops, stepped on the foot there just for a second.
Nice body blow came from Smith. Double left hook to the body, which is great to see.
Clash of heads. Referee Bakwana says, mind your head. And there again, Smith unloading, and Cole just taking everything and coming back gainly. He looks like he's tired, and then every time when you think Smith has got his man, there he is back again. But Smith keeping him on the retreat, works it all the time. Upstairs to the head, downstairs to the breadbasket.
It's great to see the left hooks that Smith's throwing. He threw about 5 in a row just now. He's got a great left hook, and he follows it off that left jab tremendously. And here, referee Bakwana separates the men.
Cole coming through, even though Smith had that right hand up, that left hook coming through. Now a warning for Cole about coming in with a head.
And Cole looking exhausted. Smith will have to take advantage of his tiredness. Battling to find his mark is Smith.
6 minutes worth of fighting left. A big overhand right, but Smith countering with his own left. That says a lot for Smith, the fact that Cole hit him with everything that he had, and never stepped back a second. Kept the attack up all the time.
Certainly did, as you see that left hook landing there in the slow-mo.
A large crowd of almost 3,000 people. Cheyenne Saloon at the Carousel, picking up on the action and enjoying every second of it.
And Peter Smith immediately on the attack with his jab, probing with the jab, making the openings. Nice reply from Cole there.
He is a dangerous customer. He certainly is one. When he looks at his worst, that's when he comes up with those fine attacks. Good combinations.
Smith picking him off with the left jabs, always scoring points. But But you'll notice when Cole unleashes the barrage of punches that he does, he steps back to look at the damage he's done. And that allows Smith to get back on top.
Beautiful left-handed work from Smith.
Break. Break. Break.
Oh,
Nice little headbutt coming from Smith.
the old Liverpool kiss coming through there, but nothing intentional.
Okay? Right, no rough points. Right, okay. Box.
And that clash just slightly opening up that cut again, and I was just going to compliment Alan Tawil on the fine work that he did on that eye once again. Cole is a wily fighter. Look at the shoulder going in there just to rough up his man a touch. He get in the eye, stays on the right-hand side of his man and gets the head in there just to make sure that the blood runs down there. Makes it difficult for Smith. Life has really been difficult for him in this fight.
Most certainly is, but I think those body blows that Smith has been landing has definitely taken its toll, and that's probably what's also causing the tiredness on Cole's part. Nice combination coming from Smith, which backs Cole up against the ropes.
An aggressive look on Smith's face. He says maybe now is the time to go home just a round early. He'd like to finish it off. Look at Cole, though, dancing all tired and looking horrific, and the next moment puts together a good combination. Yet Smith doesn't get fooled by it all. But he may lack a touch of experience, but he's got all the ring craft of an old fighter, Smith, that is.
He certainly has. And I think it's all the preparation he did for this fight. I believe he sparred hundreds of rounds, and he's definitely looking in magnificent shape. But you've always got to be careful against a fighter of Cole's caliber. He unleashes blows from nowhere. Just when you think he's out, he comes to life with a tremendous punch. And there we see slow-mo Smith going to the body and Cole countering with his own uppercut and left hook.
What is impressive about it, though, is that you could see that was a truly fine punch, that uppercut from Cole. Smith going ahead, not even flinching from that.
7th round. This is the 6th and the last round. Shake hands.
3 minutes of fighting left, and an expectant crowd now baying for blood. They want this to be over. Either way.
And Peter Smith on the attack, wanting to end things before the end of the 6th round. But I guess Cole's a happy fellow that it's the last round, because he's exhausted.
And still impressive about Smith. He's on the toes. Oh, and a lovely punch straight up right. Is Cole in trouble?
Cole holding on for dear life there, and forced referee Bukwana to separate them again.
That is what is so amazing about this Englishman. He looks like he's got himself into trouble. Looks like Smith has him punched, hanging over him, the referee there for a second. And yet, when he's up straight, he looks fine.
He certainly does, Arnold. And you'll notice his years of amateur experience coming through. The way he hits and then holds, and doesn't give Smith much of a chance to counter.
Although this is very, very valuable experience. We've mentioned it already. It is all mileage in the bank for the young man Smith, and one day he may even be grateful for everything that he learned on this Mnet fight night here at the Carousel from a man called Albert Cole.
Peter on the attack again, and Cole comes through with the right hand of his own. Unfortunately, there's not much power left in Cole's punches at this stage of the fight.
Very, very tired fighter all the way from England now, trying to survive. Still great hand speed for a man who's had 5.5 rounds behind him, Peter Smith.
That's right, and he's constantly on the attack and throwing double jabs and combinations. It's incredible on him.
last few seconds of round 6 of this international heavyweight bout.
Peter Smith still working the body. As you can see, Cole is an exhausted man. Nice combination came from Peter Smith.
Just not being able to open up the gap that he needs to finish it off.
I believe this is the kind of fight that Peter Smith needs. These one-round knockouts don't really teach you much, and I'm sure he's learned a lot in this fight.
He would have learned more from this 6 rounds than 100 rounds worth of sparring in the gym. There's no doubt about that, Fred. Cole very, very tired indeed. Peter Smith walking back to Alan Tawil. Let's look at action from that last round. Whoa, well, a big punch. And again, Cole taking it and on the retreat.
Nice exchange of blows came from both fighters there.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we give the result one more time, on behalf of Golden Gloves, Jumbo Cigarette Wholesalers, here at MNET Fight Night, we thank you for coming. And the result of the last fight between Peter Smith and Albert Cole. Judge Mayhay scores at 58 to 58. Judge Loebscher scores at 60 to 55. And Judge Stacer scores at 58 to 57. The winner by majority decision, Peter Smith.
A workmanlike performance from Smith, which gives him a well-deserved victory over the Englishman.